Today I'm going to demonstrate how to tape for gamekeeper's thumb. It's going to be a support tape over the thumb and the wrist and around the wrist and partially up on the hand that's going to give you support during the face-off. Gamekeeper's thumb is a common ailment that face-off guys tend to experience throughout their careers. It's not something that comes on quickly, it's something that happens after wear over a great number of draws. As you can see here, I've had gamekeeper's thumb repair on my left thumb. Looking at both of my thumbs in symmetry here, from this view along the axis of the phalanx, you can see that there's considerable bone spurs and repair from gamekeeper's thumb repair here. This thumb injury happens over years of draws, and you can support it in the beginning of your career by a simple stirrup tape job. So I'm going to demonstrate that now. First, some things you need to start with. A roll of 2-inch fabric elastic athletic tape. Pre-wrap is very helpful. And an elastic bandage or an ace wrap. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to set some pre-wrap. Now I'm going to anchor my pre-wrap. Now for the elastic bandage. Now, so this is going to give you wrist support. Now for the elastic bandage. So this is going to give you wrist support. The bandage is rather thin, elastic and flexy, and sticky on the bottom. And so we're going to get general wrist support first and foremost. And I'm just painstakingly making sure that I put it on evenly at first. And then it's important to keep your hand wide the whole time that you're taping this on the wrist. And then when we focus on the thumb, we're going to put our hand in a handshaking or Coke can arrangement. And so right now, we're just going to set the base of the wrap. And so I'm going to hook around the thumb, come around the wrist, and hook back around the thumb, come back around the wrist, and up around the hand, and then back around the thumb, and then back around the wrist, and keep my hand wide the whole time, and then finish the wrap. So this is basic wrist support here. So you want to be careful not to make it too tight, but you want to have good support for your wrist. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add thumb stirrups. And so you do 2-inch roll of tape, of athletic tape. You can pull a piece off in a third, like this is right here, as you see here. And then you want your stirrups to be about from the tip of the thumb to the base of the wrist, of the strongest part of your tape job, which is back towards the middle of your wrist. So, and you want to cut a couple of stirrups. So here's one. So measure it off. Here's two. Measure it off. 3. So 3 is a good number. And then we're going to attach it to the top of the thumb here. I'm going to hold my hand in a handshaking manner, or Coke can, around a Coke can, or shaking a hand. And then I'm going to put my stirrups on. So I'm going to hook to the top of the thumb, and then I'm going to pull it down along the axis of the thumb and attach it to the wrap. Again, here, top of the thumb, and then attach it to the wrap. Again, here, top of the thumb, and then I'm going to attach to the wrap. While I'm doing that, I'm holding my hand, handshaking or Coke can grabbing fashion. Next is anchors. So you have the stirrups here, and you want to anchor it around the wrist here. Base anchor. So take a strip of tape and put your base anchor on. And that's it, and you can be snug, but you don't want to make it too tight. And so this is going to lock my stirrups in place at the base. Next is I'm going to lock the stirrups in on the middle knuckle of the thumb here. And so for this I have a 1-inch roll of tape. But you could easily use the other 2/3 of your 2-inch roll of tape. And so I'm going to lock in this piece here right underneath the knuckle and wrap it around my thumb and lock the middle part of the stirrups in. And notice how I'm just underneath the pre-wrap there, just right at the edge of the pre-wrap of my thumb. The next piece is from your 1/3 sliver of athletic tape. You want to take another anchor piece and you're going to anchor the top of your thumb. Now you can do it one of two ways. So you can anchor with the tape on top of your thumb here, but for comfort I don't like the way that feels. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and peel this up a little bit and fold the tape over. Fold the tape over like this so that my thumb is exposed here. And then I'm going to anchor that piece in place like this here and wrap it around my thumb here evenly, almost like putting on a band-aid. Remember, not too tight. So you need good blood flow in here the whole time you're playing, but you need support for your thumb. So now with the stirrups in place, you can see here there's support here and there's going to be support here as we crisscross around our stirrups. And so now we're just going to make a regular crisscross. So the first thing I'm going to do is fill in the thumb with my 1/3 sliver of 2-inch athletic tape. And so basically like more band-aids, except I'm going to keep my thumb loose around the knuckle so that I can have the greatest amount of flexibility, maintain all of my range of motion in this knuckle here. Okay? Thumb is set. Now, going to crisscross with 2-inch tape in the thumb joint around the stirrups. So here, I'm going to lay it right in the middle. Smooth the tape out. And then pull it tight onto the stirrup and cover the stirrups. Keeping my hand in that handshaking form. And then making sure that my tape is smooth. And again. And this time I'm going to move it up a little higher. So I was right here. Now I'm going to move it about 1/3 of the way up on the thumb from the middle here. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to layer my tape over, cover the stirrups, and all the last part of the exposed stirrups is gone. And then I'm going to pull this piece back around my thumb, like so, and then make sure that the tape is smooth. And from here, we're just going to anchor the crisscross around the wrist and then up around the wrap. And that's it. So, I'm going to go ahead and take a longer piece and make sure I'm anchored at the base of the stirrups around the wrist. So I'm going to start this one to make sure that I'm around the base of the stirrups on the wrist and up around the thumb. Here. Here. Spread my hand wide. There. And then finish this one up around the thumb. Here. There we go. And now you can just finish off the rest of your wrap. Hold your hand wide. Right now I'm just being careful that the tape job is on here well. It's not bubbly anywhere or anything. That's it. There you go. Now the stirrup support the thumb here from giving way here. And you have a nice wrist brace type of nice wrist, and now you have support for your gamekeeper's thumb here and here, and now you have a nice wrist brace action tape job for your face-offs. You can do this to left. I happen to have gamekeeper's thumb repair on my left thumb first. I certainly have bone spur here and a weakness in this one after years of playing in face-offs. So you could be getting it in either hand. Goalies, face-off guys typically get gamekeeper's thumb ailment in both hands. So only a matter of time, and hope to be retired before that happens for my right hand. That's all. So that's it. Thank you for watching. I'm ready to go here. Punch with my right hand triggers left hand punch my left. And I have all the support as my pole is digging in and the other guy is pushing back, and I'm getting into the ground inside of the wrist here, and that's what we're trying to give support to. Alright, thank you so much for watching.